Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager number 318D US26D. This is a roller latch is what this is. This is considered a heavy-duty roller latch, something you would use on solid core, 1 3/4 thick doors, things of that nature. 318D specifically means that it comes with a T-strike. If you use your imagination, you can see why it is called that. And this item is available in several different finishes as well. Your brasses, your bronze, your chromes, things of that nature. Okay. There's a feature of this roller latch that I like. And let's just talk about that right now. It's all but imperceptible, but the degree on the edge of the plate is not 90 degree to this face. It's a little cut in. It's a little less than 90 degree. What happens is the outside dimension is measured from the exterior is ever so slightly larger if you were to measure that same dimension on the inside of it. You mortise the item per the template, and what happens is, because of this treatment, when you push this into the wood, you'll get an incredibly tight margin around the faceplate. To me, that's a hallmark of a nice, a quality piece of finished hardware, and this body certainly has it. I'm less enamored with the T-strike, even though it has good fit and finish. The material thickness is a little bit less than what I would want it to be. I'd like it to be a little bit thicker, especially given the fact that this is a Hager product. But it is certainly very handsome. I'd have no real hesitation about using this at all. It's quite well priced. That's important as well. So this is a heavy-duty roller latch with a T-strike. You're going to use this in single doors where you've got dummy trim. You're going to use it potentially at the header as well when you've got pairs of doors, and then whatever you're using. This would be typical for installing onto a single acting door where there's no latch. Obviously nothing for a fire-rated door you would use these. Hager can also help you with double-sided strike plates as well. Should you have a center-hung door and that door actually swings in both directions, they can make you a custom double-sided strike plate to account for that. So that's something that they can do. With this are screws. You're going to get the 2 screws for the body for a wood application. Then for the strike, you're going to get 2 machine screws and 2 wood screws. Common that you'll have a hollow metal frame and a wood door, or a wood frame and a wood door. That's generally how this is going to happen. Dimensionally, let's go over that next. Discussing the dimensional properties of this is going to jump us into looking at the template. 3 3/8 is indeed the overall height of the item. It's also going to have a width of 1 inch. So inch by 3 3/8 is incredibly common. The strike is 2 3/4 T-strike. 2 3/4 height. What's important to know how strikes are measured is the center line of the screw hole to the edge of the lip. That's very commonly 1 1/4, 1 3/8, 1 5/16, and that's right in there. Overall width, should that be important, about 1 3/4. Now, there's a link below this video to the template, and let's look at that. Before we do so, this is a very classic and standard sort of design by which you can tighten this screw, and that screw changes the projection of the roller as measured from the faceplate. The less projection, the less force it takes to close the door and to keep it closed. As you tighten that down, it will draw this out. Okay? And then as the unit is worked, it will allow it to compress, so that actually the roller is what's compressing. So these top springs control the faceplate. The bottom springs control this when this is moved in, because this is screwed to the edge of the door. Okay? That's why that design is like that. Now, looking at the template, all the important dimensional properties are there, showing you the mortise, 2 1/4 tall for the body, 3 3/8 for the plate. Well, forgive me. It's not 3 3/8. They want that mortise to be just shy on it, and that gets back into that hairline reveal that you'll have in there, because what's happening is it's actually just heavy on it. What's happening is the inside dimension is that 3 3/8, and then when you mortise it ever so slightly larger to accommodate for what this piece actually measures, if you put a caliper on it, that's where you get your real tight margin. How to go about mortising this? Well, first of all, the center line of the unit and the center line of the strike need to be on the same plane when they're installed. So you'll need to lay that out dimensionally. Compare it against where it lays out actually in your door, what the dimension is between the face of the door and the face of the stop, things of that nature. Very simple and straightforward. Before you mortise it, you might want to take an audit of the rest of the doors in the space, meaning you'll probably want that at a proper height that would match everything else. You want your strike height to be the same. Real story is where you've got a long hallway and you've got 20 doors on each side. I mean, a real long hallway. But then you've got some closet doors. Well, you want that strike height to be the same all the way down that hallway. Now, mortising for this, for me, a router is the only way to go. I would only not use a router if I didn't have a router. You're going to do two preparations. You're going to do what's called the body prep, which really is just the business end of this. That 2 1/4 mortise, tall mortise, 1 3/4 overall depth. You're going to create that mortise with your router, your plunge router, and your template. You'll change your template to then just do the face, and you'll have a great, clean installation. You'll square your corners out by hand, or if you do enough of this, you might have invested in a corner chisel. Those are very handy pieces of hardware to have if you're doing lots of stuff like this. And that's it. That's the installation of a heavy-duty roller latch. Now, the name Hager is synonymous with trim and auxiliary hardware, not only roller latches like this, but door stops and kick plates, push plates, push bars, things of that nature. But that's really only a small margin of what they do. Sliding door hardware, tracks, hangers, pivots for bypass, bifold, pocket, weather stripping, a comprehensive offering of weather stripping, lock sets, exit devices, door closers. They're aluminum continuous geared hinges, but it's their namesake, Hager hinge. That's what they're known for. Hinges, everything commercial and residential that is ever needed on a job, Hager most likely just has in their catalog. So if you have any questions on the Hager 318D heavy-duty roller latch and a US26D satin chrome finish, or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.